Mood.tv.
With episode 21, we can legally drink as a show.
Ooh, yeah.
We've been doing it legally or illegally for
21 weeks.
Damn,
That's how old
dude.
you need to be to drink.
That's how old. 21 episodes or weeks, and then you can drink in the podcast world, I think. We've been breaking laws.
Hey.
Oh, lawbreakers. But yeah, this is the season 1 finale. We're taking a month off after tonight. So we decided to kick it off with a I don't know what genre is it? Power metal?
Epic. It's
epic. It's just epic. That's what I put on Instagram. Just going epic.
Yeah.
And we went there.
Yeah, it was good. It was a lot of fun.
I usually don't like to pat ourselves on the back for things, but a good job on that. That was nice. That was very nice, guys. That was good.
I like to pat myself on the front.
I pat myself on the lower front.
Yes, the bottom.
Yes, the knees.
Good knees.
Always patting my own knees. Slapping them, too.
It'd be funnier to tell a joke and then slap the person.
Like
whoever you told the joke to, you just slap their knee.
I'm sure that feels
get
like...
Get it?
I feel like that's like an old man, like, trope, like, from, like, the 70s. Like, some old guy was like, come on, sonny. He's like, hey. He was like, I was born in 1890. This is what we all do. Is slap the other guy's legs. All right. Well, joining me here this week, and as always, Mr. Justin Olimpado.
Hello.
How you doing tonight?
I'm all right, man.
You good?
Yeah. We did Gamer Not Gamer earlier.
Yeah, we did that earlier.
Did some recording for the actual playthrough.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be one point in there, and everyone should. This is the reason you should listen to the show. Where I think I did famous Kyle nod off for about a half a second, and it was in the middle of me talking. And then I just kind of go in beer or whatever, and then I just stopped and then was like, whoa, what the hell's going on? Because I was lost a little bit.
All right.
But it was literally just like a quick, like, narcoleptic nod out that I can do. Right. I realized last night, for the first time ever, I can, a new place I can fall asleep, sitting in a chair in the middle of the rain. I was sitting in a chair on the back porch smoking a cigarette, and it started to rain. And I like
pouring or just like
it was drizzling a little bit. I'm like, I should go in or at least move underneath like the canopy that we have.
right.
And I was like, all right, I'm just sitting there smoking a cigarette on the chair. And then all of a sudden I opened my eyes and it's pouring rain and I just fell asleep in the middle and it just like it must have just come on, but it was a nice nod.
Right.
Yeah.
How wet were you?
I was soaked. It was bad.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Speaking of pretty cool, joining us as well, Mr. Zachary.
I thought you were gonna forget me.
Stormin. I could never forget you.
My mom tried.
Your mom tried.
Didn't happen.
Sorry, Ben.
You keep
Still
showing
here.
up.
I think we started on time.
Oh, we started right when it hit 9 o'clock on the phone of eyes.
So
Yeah.
sync your shit to our shit.
Maybe California's 3 hours and a minute behind.
I mean, we started 5 minutes early.
Yeah, we put it on 5 minutes early.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we were live.
I'll take it off 5 minutes early.
Yeah. Is that what you do? Since we start 5 minutes early, you leave 5 minutes. You don't do the last 5 minutes of the show.
Damn, dude.
It's just me throwing your voice. That'd be a quick, cool trick.
Yeah.
Either way, listen to us live here on Tuesdays. Again, we're not going to be on for like the next month. We'll be back October 3rd. But Tuesdays live on YouTube, and we're also releasing on iTunes and Stitcher. So do that. Check us out.
Oh, yeah.
Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And yeah, it's a good thing for you to do.
Yeah.
Now, this week is our last episode, as I've said 48 times already, for the next month.
Right.
And I wanted to start it off like I already said about me sitting in the chair last night and falling asleep.
Sure.
The more impressive thing is that when I sat in that chair, I sat on my balls,
Okay.
right? I sat on my balls.
You fell asleep on your balls?
No. And I stood up and then had that horrible stomach pain of getting tapped out.
Yeah.
But I did it to myself. They just went under my leg.
Oh.
And I was like, ah!
What were you wearing? Like those flowy shorts?
Oh yeah, I had no underwear on. I was just wearing like the oldest basketball gym shorts that have ever been created that I've just owned for like a decade.
From when they invented basketball.
Yes, basketball. When I was wearing them instead of camo shorts, like in at cool shows and stuff back in the day. Because you gotta be loose to pick up the pennies off the floor at a hardcore show.
Yeah.
Gotta pick up them pennies.
Yeah.
Gotta pick them
Oh,
up.
I like starting the lawnmower better.
Lawnmower.
Just get one arm and rip it.
Karate kick always works too.
Oh yeah.
It's always good to accidentally get karate kicked in the face by some 17-year-old.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been there, dude. That's why you got
Oh.
karate kicked.
Yeah.
Your
man.
fault. Your fault.
It is my fault. But yeah, sat on my balls. Have you ever sat on your balls before?
I could say the worst on my balls is on my motorcycle.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's
I ride a crotch rocket. You lay down, you're basically like flat. Laying on the tank.
Yeah.
And our wonderful fucking Pennsylvania roads here.
Yeah.
With the potholes.
Oh, I'm sure.
So you hit a pothole on a motorcycle with the back wheel, and your whole ass and body come off the seat.
Okay, now I don't ride motorcycles at all. I don't drive anything at all, so motorcycles like really far away at this point. But I was just curious, like when you're laying, like you said, you're laying kind of like right across the bike. When you're going on, like does the road normal rumble strips like the way you are? Are you just like ooh like a little like buttery feels, or is it just like okay? So you're not that. Because I was gonna say you do have suspension, but what
you
if
feel that more in your wrists?
What if you felt? What if you filled like to take the pressure off of your dick? What if there was like a dick cavern like on the bike, a little like cut out?
Yeah, you could put your dick and balls right in
it, or you could just
idea.
You could put like a pocket pussy in it, so you could just be fucking it as you go over the bumps.
Oh,
that would be really good for you, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Justin, you ever sit on your balls?
I don't think I've ever sat on my balls.
You ever tapped yourself out?
Yeah, I have. The worst time ever was I was at work. I went back to the dish room to grab like a metal cart, like a tier fucking cart with handles.
Yeah.
And the thing was fucked up, so I threw it, grabbed the handles on the one side and went to spin it. And somebody called my name and I looked back. And as soon as I looked back, the fucking other side of the fucking cart comes up and just rocks me in the balls, dude.
Nice.
This is the worst fucking thing ever.
I'm gonna
Oh, dude, it makes my nuts hurt when you told that story.
Yeah, it's not
You
good.
ever notice that?
You have
watch
sympathy,
a nut shot or hear about it, and
empathy pains or whatever.
Oh, it's the fucking worst.
Yeah, it's not
dude.
good. It's not good. And I try to explain it. You know, you try to explain it to someone who doesn't have testicles, and they're just like, you know, I bleed once a month, and you're like, yeah, I get that. Like, I totally get that. I'm never going to understand that. But in the same, you know, way, you have to give the respect that you like the balls, like in like the when you're being formed as a fetus. The part that becomes your testicles if you're a boy become your ovaries if you're a girl. So it's like being kicked right in the ovaries, but if your ovaries were hanging outside of you, and it's hurting me thinking about it like right now. This is the most painful conversation, especially because I just sat on them so hard. And to answer Ben's question that he asked in here, Ben, they're saggy. I mean, it depends. Like it was Ben wants to know how saggy are your balls. Kind of worried. Is this going to happen to me when I hit 30? Probably. Yeah. I mean, probably they get saggier. But also it's like hot, like just like sweaty and like real just humid out. So it's just like they're just there. Like it's just they're not fun. It's not like in the winter when they're just a tiny little tortoise shell, you know, just like a little cone pouchy thing, you know.
Best
but
time
you only have a couple of years. Yeah, it's the winter.
Yeah, it's
harder
on your
harder
nuts.
on everything.
Yeah.
On everything
true.
Except my nipples. Way easier to find my
Speaking of
nipples.
that, it was so rainy this week. This is another gross thing.
Mm-hmm.
I chafed one of my nipples on my t-shirt.
Ooh, to bleeding?
Using the whipper out in the rain, and I was just
you didn't whipper it, did you?
No, that would
that's
be
good.
Could you imagine hitting your fucking own nipple with a gas-powered weed whacker?
No, I wouldn't want to do that at all. I don't like accidentally like putting on a shirt too quickly against my nipples, you know?
Yeah, dude, it was bad. I had to baby powder my nipples.
It's the reason I will not ever run a marathon. The only reason I will not ever run a marathon.
Shaved nipples?
Shaved nipples. I would do it if it wasn't for that, you know? I don't like
Sure.
Band-Aids, and I don't want to lube up my nipples. That's weird. I don't like the idea of that.
Lube those nips up.
Oh yeah. So this happened, I think, yesterday in the news. A guy huffed a can of paint. I think it was in West Virginia. He huffed like an entire can of paint.
Yep.
His mugshot's amazing. And then he beat his mother with a spatula.
To death?
No, he just beat her with it.
Huh.
That's
He didn't
fucked.
kill her. He just like hit her with it. Now I immediately had two thoughts, and you guys work in the kitchen. Do you think he hit her with a spatula, or do you think he hit her with a flipping, like a turner? Like, because everyone calls a normal like a flipper.
Yeah, that's a
like
spatula
a turn.
to me.
That's a spatula to you. Spatula
That's
to
a
me is
spatula.
the
other
thing that
one's
takes out
rubber spatula.
A rubber spatula, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's that difference
Yeah.
there. Okay, which one would you prefer to beat somebody with? If you had to pick between those two spatulas, rubber or the metal one?
It depends on the situation, but I'm picturing that this person did it with a rubber spatula.
You think it's rubber? Like,
Yeah.
just because that's what I was thinking. Like, that's more like a whip.
Yeah.
Like a light, like a medium, like a smearing. You know, one for like a cake. And you just
Smear
like,
that.
You could get some. You get some hurting on there. I mean, a metal one you could cut skin with like the first one,
easy,
depending on where
Well, I
you
used
go.
to take the metal ones at Jocks and hit them on the sharpening stone.
Yeah.
So they were like a
Oh, so you
knife
can
edge.
use them to cut. Yeah,
Yeah.
We keep our we have like a smaller, spatula like that, and then like just like one of the metal scrapers
Yeah.
for like the Philly cheesesteaks, like you're cutting off like the one
Yeah.
blade
Yeah,
over
exactly.
the other,
Yep.
and they're sharp. Like, and then even with bacon, if I'm throwing bacon on the flat and I'm like chopping it up for a quesadilla, I can. Speaking of, we got an entire fucking new kitchen. Veronica went out and like you were there and she was talking about getting new equipment. She got everything. Got like two Bain Maries, like a new low boy, a new grill, new 3-basket fryer. Like, it's fucking wonderful. And then it was just slow all weekend. I didn't get to play with any of it. It
Damn.
was terrible.
Damn.
It sucked, but it's nerd heaven right there.
Oh, yeah.
Something that sucks though. It's Hopkins Garbage. The local garbage company's going out of business. Did you hear about that? You guys hear about that? You hear about it?
No,
Nope.
I used the big box garbage
All
brand.
right. Waste Management, right?
Yes.
Waste Management. They're a little bit more. They're more expensive than Hopkins. Hopkins undercut them they were like $60 every 3 months, like very dirt cheap. But apparently the guys who run it are older, and they were doing most of it. Like, they're like 70s older. We were told at one point, we have Hopkins at the house, that we couldn't put anything in anything larger than like a tall kitchen bag because it was too heavy for anybody to pull out and pick up. And we're just like, what do you mean? They're like, no contractor bags. I'm like, this isn't a contractor bag. This is just a really big garbage bag.
Right.
Like, it's still lightweight. It's a hefty. It's just like a plus sized, you know,
Yeah,
a
like
plus sized
32
guy. I got
gallon
plus
type
sized
shit.
garbage, you know? And you got to take it, man. Like, I won't put it in the can if it's a problem of getting it out of the can. But either way, they stopped picking up like as early as like 2 weeks ago, and then they like I guess came around and just picked everything up, or else another company is like picking up the slack. But
Maybe.
they came.
It's
Somebody
'cause they
picked up all the
physically
garbage.
cannot do it.
They're going out of business now. Like they're just going out of business because they can't. They
So maybe it's
they
maybe,
undercut the price too much. Probably stretched themselves too thin.
probably,
And then,
but it's
they
probably
also,
the new company coming in.
Yeah, but Waste Management is basically gonna swoop in and take all these.
Waste Management has
Waste-
robots that pick up the
Yeah,
garbage,
exactly,
so-
exactly. So it doesn't matter. But I wrote this idea for a joke down like years ago, and I've been waiting for a time and a place to be able to use it.
Okay.
And finally, now that Hopkins Garbage is going out of business, to their misfortune is my fortune here, just a small fortune here. They I think it's ironic that they failed in the garbage business because they're trash people. Get it?
Gotcha.
Slap my knee?
I
Slap
gotcha.
your knee. Get it?
Oh,
Get it?
I get it a little bit more
You
now.
get a little bit more?
Okay.
Can I slap your knee up higher? They're trash people.
Those poor guys, those poor old men.
I know. I feel bad now that I know more about them, but I was like, I came up with this idea for a joke years ago. I'm gonna do it at some point. Another weird thing that happened in the news is a guy ate his 30,000th Big Mac this week.
Oh yeah, wasn't he on Super Size Me?
I don't. Maybe
This
it might have been
guy
that
eats two
guy.
Big Macs a day, right?
But he
Yeah.
celebrated eating his 30,000th Big Mac.
And he's skinny as fuck too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure if this is the guy I'm thinking
I didn't see a
of,
picture of the guy. The article was like just a quick blurb article. But you can look it up. Do you think there's anything that you've eaten 30,000 of? Is there anything that you think like with confidence? Like I was thinking at work the other day, like pierogies. I definitely haven't, but something like that.
Yeah, dude,
Chicken
that's
tenders.
this dude.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, he's not even that big. Oh, the sideburns guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
from
Oh
Super Size Me.
shit. That's great.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
2 Big
He's still
Macs
alive.
every day, man.
He's still alive. That's
All he does is
absurd.
eat Big Macs. And fucking.
Do you think he gets
Do
paid
you
to
think?
do
Wait,
it?
do you think
it's
he's just a
free
robot
now?
from
The
McDonald's?
future? He's from future McDonald's.
I think he's the actual Ronald McDonald from the 70s. He retired.
He retired and now he's just like, I'm gonna be here every day, no matter what you say.
Well, that's how they paid him.
Oh.
You know, officially, McDonald's doesn't pay Ronald.
Yeah,
They don't?
he might have won
that
something
why he
where
has a
he was
charity?
able to
Ronald's
eat 2
house?
Big Macs
Yeah,
a day.
officially.
Does he live at that children's place?
Let's not talk about that.
That doesn't sound like a good thing for Ronald to be doing. Oh, jeez. All right.
He
so-
said I've eaten 30,000 rices.
30,000 rices? For sure you've eaten 30,000 rices.
Wow, Keith.
I think if
Then
you've
French
eaten
fries.
rice twice, you've had it 30,000 times. Chips?
Chips,
Yeah, chip.
yeah.
You probably had 30,000 chips. I would say that's a fair.
Oh,
But
I'm sorry.
I've had
I went to stretch
30,000
and I almost
hits in the
took
back
Kyle's
of the head.
fucking head off.
Ah, dude, Jesus. Spaghetti noodles. I've had 30,000 noodles for sure.
Yeah.
Anything along those like sesame seeds, because if you have one burger, you've had 400. You know, anything like
So
Yeah.
how many sesame seeds has a 30,000 Big Mac guy had?
that.
Way too
Millions,
many.
millions. Do you think he knows what a sesame is? Keith says
I don't know.
30,000 cigarettes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a sad thing to think about.
Don't know if that's true.
I don't know if that's true, but it's a sad thing to think about. Everybody
mean-
wants to go to their calculator right now.
Yep.
All right. Well, jumping off that topic, rap battles are happening everywhere, right?
Right,
Rap
yeah.
battles are happening. We got something coming up a little bit later
Oh,
that
yeah,
we'll
that's-
talk about.
30,000 cigarettes a fucking year, dude.
Yeah.
No problem.
That's
That's disgusting.
well, 17 packs a day. Is that too many? Is that too many?
17?
No, I did the math
30.
wrong. Sorry. It's like more like 7 to 8,000
a
cigarettes a year.
All right,
Okay.
that's good. All right, so
So, yeah,
congratulations,
definitely
Keith.
have,
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, bringing it down. But with all the rap battles and everything that are going on, with the Eminem, the MGK. First of all, Eminem released his response,
He did.
which was called
Kill Shot.
Kill Shot.
Yep.
All right. So apparently there's a movie called Kill Shot from back in the day that the character's name is Carson Coulson or something to that effect. And so it's like a deep reference to the name, and that person's like a psychopath. It's like a story about like a crazy person who just murders a bunch of people, goes like snaps and murders people, I guess. So it's like
it was called Kill Shot.
Just that's what I heard. This is all bar talk from last night that I did not fact check in any way.
2008.
2008.
Cameron Coulson. Yeah. So yeah. It's a weird, deep... Like, that's not even, like, an early 90s movie that you probably watched as a kid. This is, like, he's got a lot of time, and he just happened to see Kill Shot. So, What, did he reference something else from...
I don't think so. I mean, I've never seen that movie, so I don't know if there could be something...
Name?
I wouldn't be surprised
in there.
if he...
Oh, no. I wouldn't be surprised at all. So, what were you surprised about with this track? What do you think... What was the thing that jumped out to you the most? Because I have one thing that I thought was hilariously amazing that he did.
I think I agree with you on.
You think? Yeah. All right. His line about Diddy.
Oh yeah.
When he basically says like, when you get a gold record or whatever, when you get it hit, it'll be when Diddy admit he put the hit out on Pac. I was like, oh.
And then, at the end,
at the end,
it's like, oh, just kidding, Diddy.
I feel like that's the most sarcastic.
Oh,
like,
is that
fuck
proof?
You.
Is that?
Yeah.
Does that go in the evidence? Like, Tupac did get down by somebody.
Oh. What was the last one Keith said? 710 oils?
Oils, yeah, I don't know.
Oils? Dabses? Is he talking dabses?
He said,
yeah, probably.
420,000 weeds.
Okay. Alright.
No, you kids and your weeds. Keith, do you think that's how many weeds you smoke? I used to, when Keith was in high school and would smoke weed and I didn't know anything about it and I would be drunk, I would just be like, hey Keith, how many weeds did you smoke? And he'd be like, I don't know, like 2? I'd be like, yeah. He's like, how many beers do you have? And I'm like 12. He's like, cool. I'm like, is that like about the same? Like, is that what's the transition? You know,
what is considered one weed?
I don't know. I think like he smoked twice would be the idea. Not that I'm outing him in any way for doing anything that was possibly illegal at any point.
You just look at that kid and you know that he's never done anything wrong.
Keith's never done a thing wrong in his life except not fulfill his career as being a frontman for Red Hot Chili Peppers miniature cover band. It's just a 2/3 frame version of Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're Red Hot Lily Peppers. There's little. Oh, he's gonna love this. I'm gonna clip this and just make it a ringtone. And just force him to have it as his ringtone. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna call the iPhone company, Apple, and I'm gonna make them do it. I'm gonna find a way to make them do it.
They're not gonna help you.
You don't think they're gonna help me with that? No. Nah, I like to sabotage people. They gotta be on my side about that. Who do you think? Or what was your favorite part of the song? What was the part that popped out to you? And what were you saying? You think about the Pac thing there?
I mean. When Pat made me listen to it in his truck while we were at the bar twice in a row, and then went, yo, did you hear that new disc yet? I was like, we just listened to it twice in a row. So the first time I heard it, I was inebriated, but I'd rather be 80-year-old me than 20-year-old you.
Yeah,
was pretty good. Just that whole thing in general, he just had some like.
Well, the last.
I think Pat said it the best was you thought like when you listened to MGK. You thought he came out with something really good. And Eminem came out with his shit, and it's like...
Pales it by comparison.
Yeah.
Now, I have to say, the hook and that's what... I mean, you were saying earlier when we were working on a song that there's no hook in a rap battle. He has a hook in his rap battle, MGK, the Let's Talk About It.
Yeah.
And it is infectious as all fuck. That is in my ear. Since I heard it, I just keep going, dun, 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 let's talk about it. I walk around like, you're still mad? Let's talk about it. Like, it's now just part of my crazy lexicon of, like, shit I'm just going to pull out for the rest of my life.
It's that let's talk about it, not let's talk about it.
Let's talk about that. No, it's not even that.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's weird. That one, I mean, if someone says let's talk about that, I'll be like, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Definitely would. Oh, that's probably like, that still has its spot, but
will it shoebox in your shoebox? Let's talk about it.
Shoebox. Yeah, this thing I don't remember lines other than like 1 or 2 words. So it's like let's talk about. It's all I remember. So I'm like, Something about you still, man. You still rich. You talk about it.
Yeah.
And we can
The problem
talk
with
about it.
diss songs like that is I can't remember. Or maybe that's my problem with life. Is like I remember Machine Guns Kelly was like when I heard that shit, I was like, "Damn, that's hard." And now, like 2 weeks later, I don't fucking remember any of the shit he said. And Eminem's when that came out, I was just like, "Oh my god, he buried this fool."
But that's the
and
thing.
now I don't remember.
As we discussed
I don't
already in the
remember
past,
either
like
of them, honestly.
it seems to be all about just reigniting the game of that side of the rap world, and I think that they did it, and now it's okay that I mean that's the way the world kind of works right now. What happened 2 weeks ago? Fuck 2 weeks ago. That's not like I don't remember that.
Yeah.
So they're going to just go back and forth, like maybe not every single week, but it's going to ignite now every week. There's
Do you
a
think
different
that Machine Gun
rap
Kelly
battle.
is going to come out with another song?
I wouldn't be surprised because Eminem just called out and said basically your career's. I had to give you a career so I could take it from
Yeah.
you. That
Yeah.
line was fucking. That was a.
I mean,
fire
that's the
fucking
only
line.
thing I heard Machine Gun Kelly do in a long time.
Again didn't know really anything other than one TV show that I watched one episode of. Now, what rap battle do you want to see happen? I know this is going to come up again later when we do our questions from Facebook.
Gary Busey and Patrick Stewart.
That would be amazing. You think Busey would be able to rap? Stewart would be able to do it because he's a Shakespearean actor.
Very articulate. Busey, but Busey might just have that like
he'd be mumble rap.
Crazy like fucking
yeah, right, dude.
delivery though. You know?
Do you think he could pull off like a Shaggy level performance? Except you gotta get the teeth out there. This is my son Jake. Just crazy teeth. But no, seriously, any rappers that you think or anybody that has had like shit in the past that you wish would reignite, or do you have anything that you think from Eminem, any other of those guys that you're expecting or anticipating a response from?
I'm not anticipating a response from anyone else he dissed on that.
Yeah.
You think MGK jumped out and they're just kind of like, all right, way to do that, man. Thank you.
I mean, a lot like the young mumble rappers won't come back at him. Machine Gun Kelly is been in the game long enough that he feels he can do that.
Yeah.
The little pumps and all the other littles out there.
Yeah.
None of them are well enough established or have a good enough fan base.
Okay.
Or really have the lyrical skills to come back.
I think what they're gonna do is flip it and use something about Eminem talking about them in a way like whether it's in the beat or like some way that they incorporate it to what they're saying. Like maybe the only thing that you'll be able to understand is something Eminem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Scooby Dooby Dooby Eminem.
you know what I mean? Like,
and you're just like, what was that? You look up
Scooby-Doo
it's just Scooby Doo, and then you look it up and it's just like Eminem said my name, and that's all they said.
Yeah.
Scoop!
But Scoop, Boop, all those things. Oh,
That's
Lord.
That's the only rapper who's not affected by any of this shit.
Well, I was also thinking Donald Glover. I'm surprised he didn't go after like Childish Gambino or anything
Why would
like
he?
that.
Childish Gambino was great.
But do you think he has anything that
I don't
anything
think
against
so, dude.
him in any way? Do you think he's just the mumble rap and the trap?
No, Gambino's not a mumble rapper.
No, I know. I'm saying. Do you think he's like, you're not just a rapper, like he respects him enough as an artist in general?
Yeah, I think it's because he's telling a story with what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just fucking gibberish.
Dude, Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
I think Childish Gambino's great.
Yeah,
Childish Gambino's phenomenal.
Sometimes it's cheesy.
Yeah.
But
yeah. No, he's fucking on fire right now with like
he owes a debt to Eminem though in his flow though, I would say for sure.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Now,
his punchline
somebody else that did a diss track this week. I forget who it was a response to, but Ludacris.
Oh yeah, that was Tekashi 6ix9ine or whatever.
Catch a Predator.
Yeah, Tech Nine.
Not Tech Nine.
Yeah, it just when you see it, you're like Tech 9. I don't know who you are. Tech Deck. I'm just gonna call him Tech Deck from now on.
But yeah, he did a response to that.
He did a response, so that's cool to see like somebody else jump in on it. But you don't think there's anybody else that could pop back up? I kind of want to see Vanilla Ice.
That's unrelated to what
I want to see Vanilla
doing,
Ice do a diss track on
the Amish,
like Kid and Play,
a TV show
and then Kid and Play do a diss track back. Like just bring back early '90s guys.
Have you ever watched Vanilla Ice's Amish show?
Fun. It would be the nicest diss track.
Show?
Well, he's
Yeah.
Amish?
No, he's not Amish, but he works. He's a carpenter because that's what he does now. And he goes to Amish towns and helps Amish people with his modern technology.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
With his designer eye.
Oh, Jesus. Well, Keith had suggested before as a wrap off would be Harrison Ford versus Bruce Willis. That'd be good. That'd be just a real, intense, all right, Bruce, I don't like you. And there'd just be all right. There'd just be very quiet.
Jack Nicholson, Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
What if it was Jack Nicholson and Christian Slater?
Yeah, okay.
Just a younger version of Jack Nicholson. Just a crazed younger version of just a little bit more cocaine Jack Nicholson. That's what his name legally should be.
Christian Slater does more cocaine than Jack Nicholson?
I think he did. He did in the 90s.
Probably.
I think he really did.
That was the peak of his career.
Oh,
man.
God. He was skiing.
I think I have appendicitis.
That's not good.
I know, it really hurts for
That's
a
not
week
good.
now.
Oh, so we also had Ben Doolittle say, if you can't understand mumble rap, you're just not high enough yet. Must be nice living in the great state of California.
I don't think I've ever been high enough to...
Yeah, I don't think you can do it.
No.
I don't think you can legally buy enough in California to understand that. I don't. And on that note, we're going to switch to something that everybody should be able to understand. A nice little break song here from our good friend, Mr. Andy Moose. Did you pull one yet?
No.
All right. So we're gonna pull a Moose song at random. Andy gave us a bunch of music to use this season, so big thank you to him. We've just kind of been using it willy-nilly, filling in here and there. Willy-nilly. And so big thank you to him for letting us use those kind of whenever. This one, again, is named wonderfully Number One Break. So Number One Break by Andy Moose. I think it was like a lady with a long neck dressing in a sports coat, something along those lines. But I love his music. It's
great.
elevator music that you just want to stay on the elevator. You really hope it's a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
Charlie
great
Chocolate,
glass
the
elevator
factory.
thing. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna jump to the break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with some suggestions from the audience via Facebook for what we should talk about and our weird fucking beer that we're drinking this week.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Fuck you.
And we are back. Thank you so much for sticking through the break. Welcome back to Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up, live right now on YouTube.
Yep.
Every Tuesday at 9 o'clock. And then we're also being put out on Stitcher and iTunes from moot.tv.
Did you just do the...
Yeah,
that's what it sounded like.
Yes, that's what I did. I couldn't get the out. Yeah, that would have been vomit by the second
Dude, that song has gone through a lot of phases with me.
Yeah.
When I first heard it, I was like, it's awesome. And like 10 minutes later, I'm like, this is terrible.
Yeah, dude.
And then it's basically gone. I've switched whether I like it or hate it every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Every 10 minutes. Constantly since 2002. For the last 16 years, just going back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
I just enjoy that noise. I do it in the middle of songs that it doesn't belong in, and I think that's the most enjoyable way to use that. It's kind of like the noise from Inception. I just want a little
much.
Ooh,
Have you ever seen the video
What's the noise of Inception?
Boom, that like weird doom, whatever that. Oh, it was like a.
I'll play it for you.
You know, I saw that movie, but I don't
shit.
remember anything about it.
You don't remember it?
Clickety clack clack the clack clack clicker.
What?
Have a mechanical keyboard in your click gets clicker.
All right, so they're not going to be able to hear this, but just
for us, okay.
I love this, dude.
All right, so you're showing us a clip from South Park in Sheepshin scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just the song, dude.
This was.
I remember this more than I remember.
You remember the South Park episode more than the movie? The movie was great. It was a real fun watch. It's one of those movies where you can watch it like 2-3 times and then you get it and you're like, okay, that's it. I don't need to see it anymore.
No.
I think
that wasn't even it.
With South Park, I remember the South Park episode more than I remember what they're making fun of sometimes.
Yeah, there are a lot of times that I forget that South Park is the joke Simpsons did it. I know that they did it, but at first I'm just like, is that like I think Family Guy did a South Park did it like joke once,
here we go.
and it's just always confused me ever since. Okay, now this clip.
This is not it.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure
right,
exactly what you're looking for.
I'm looking
but it's
for
a noise. It's a noise that.
At one point, he like pulls a goat's tail and it makes the fucking low. Wah.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Not like it's a. Wah.
Yeah,
but
almost like
ringtones. People have had it like. Just it was an app that you could just have it. And
sort of like Prometheus.
I think Keith and I used to just play it back.
That Prometheus trailer where it's like.
Sort of, yeah.
The what? What was it?
Remember the Prometheus trailer?
Yes, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. Now, I teased before we went on break about the featured beverage this week. Now, it is the last episode, and I thought of going with Bud Light since Bud Light won our taste test. So for the last episode for the season, I was thinking that. We were walking around the beer store, and I found a very odd-looking box. It is a green box with a orange and yellow like fruit shape, like just like a circle on it, and it just says Radler. And I was like, oh, what's that? And it says beer and juice. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then I turn it on its side, and on its side, when you turn it, properly, you realize that it, in big letters, it says Moosehead.
Yeah, it's Moosehead. That's the first thing I noticed when we walked up to it.
I looked. I was like, oh, that's a weird thing. What color? And the coloring, and then the name Radler, and it's just Radler. It's like a rad.
Yeah.
Cider. I don't know what they're
There's
trying
actually,
to do.
they give you a definition on the side of the can.
Oh, they do. See, I don't read. What is it?
1, a refreshing blend of beer infused with a hint of natural fruit flavors. 2, refreshingly different.
So I looked it up. It's 4%.
4% alcohol? That makes a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Which is higher than most other Radlers.
Yeah. Like Radler snakes, they don't have any alcohol in them.
Nope.
They have venom. That gets you a lot more fucked up.
That really fucks up your whole day. Now, it is weird because I expected this to be god fucking awful. I thought this was going to be terrible. The fruit options that are in it was grapefruit, orange, and grape.
I don't think it was. I think it was grapefruit, orange, and
they were grapes. It was just like a picture of grapes. Yeah. So not grape flavored, grapes flavored. Because grape makes you think like
the tab is green.
And the tab is green. Yeah.
Oh,
bless you.
Extensive
sneeze attack. Oh, you're in for all the good noises tonight. All the good noises. Now, we've all had it. What do you guys think of it? I think it's fucking delicious.
Yeah, I like it.
Really
it tastes way more like juice
as
than
it says.
does.
Like it says, refreshingly different. It is more juice.
Yeah, it's more juice flavored.
I was calling this. I said before, it's like Mott's beer. It just tastes like I'm drinking a thing of Mott's apple juice.
That or almost Fresca-y because of the grapefruit.
Yeah, that definitely gives that flavor.
What are you saying?
Fresca-ish.
No, I think said Fresh-y.
It's almost Fresh-y.
Like, I've never had Fresh-y. The guy just looked at me like,
almost creme
Fresh-y.
It's almost got a creme fraiche taste to it.
Creme fraiche.
Now, a couple weeks ago, I stopped doing this, but I was opening up for questions from the audience via Facebook. And since we're going to be off for the next month, I decided let's do it once more. And it's a little bit calmer of a response this week. It's not as all over the place and crazy. The first one, and I want to, discuss a little bit what you guys think. The top 10 ninjas from the 80s through the 90s. Who are the top 10 ninjas? That is my good friend Brian Kovacs suggesting that there.
Bruce Lee.
Yeah, Bruce Lee. Did he last into the 80s or he died in the 70s?
I think he died in the 70s.
All right.
No, he died in the 80s.
80s?
Did he?
80s?
Okay.
So you got him. So he's... And what constitutes a ninja? Like, is it just someone that can do karate? Somebody that is...
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying?
I guess... Or you're talking about characters, like actual characters.
Well, I think you can combine all of them into it. Like, because what...
Bruce Lee wasn't a ninja.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, in movies, they call someone a ninja.
True.
So maybe it has to be... We'll just go in film and TV.
Sure.
That was not in the 90s, were they?
All right, number one for me has to be the Power Rangers movie.
Okay.
Tommy Oliver.
Tommy Oliver?
Because they get the ninja powers. In that
okay.
movie.
All right. I mean?
He's the Falcon.
He's definitely the best of the Rangers in that aspect, so I'd definitely say he belongs in the top 10 for sure. He's your number one. We brought up before Beverly Hills Ninja.
That's my number one.
Great movie.
That's my number one because I feel like that would be me if I was trying to be a ninja.
Definitely would. I think it would potentially be all three of us. And then I also brought up in the 80s, there is the exact same movie that was made with Eddie Murphy called Golden Child. And it's literally almost the exact same movie. So he's got to kind of be up there. Surf Ninjas. I was just going to say I have to bring up Surf Ninjas. One of Rob Schneider's greatest performances in a film ever.
He was like 30 when they made that, and he was playing a
16-year-old, yeah. And the whole time he's just like he thinks he has the ability to wish things into existence. He's like, what if I were a prince? What if my father were a king? And then the boys all become princes, and he thinks he's one of them. It's a great film.
Ben says Snake Eyes, and Keith says Three Ninjas.
Well, Three Ninjas was going to be the next one I brought up. We did also have Snake Eyes. You would throw that out. Now, we're going straight cartoon version, like 100%. 100%. Who for Mortal Kombat? Anybody from Mortal Kombat?
Oh, it's a toss-up between Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Yeah, Sub-Zero for me, man.
Just switch them in and out.
Yeah, I feel like Sub-Zero.
Would you Sub-Zero? Would you sub him?
I don't get it.
Nah, me neither. Yeah, it doesn't make I didn't even do that one. Still don't get it. I slapped my own knee. It's not funny yet.
Punch me in the kneecaps.
Three Ninjas though. Three Ninjas were Rocky, Tum Tum, and Colt. They were like 8 to 13 years old, and they were kicking ass of like crazy burglars and everything. So they're definitely up there.
The Turtles.
The Turtles have to come up.
Is the Highlander? Are they ninjas in the Highlander series?
Ooh, I don't know because I was just looking at the Highlander 3 poster over here, and the swords and everything seem more ninja-esque.
Well,
like,
the sword.
But that's what I mean. I think they're katanas, right?
His sword is that he gets from a Spanish fucking
right.
Spanish man.
Yep.
And Sean Connery is Spanish.
Yeah, Sean Connery is a Spaniard with an Asian sword.
Yes. He's like that weird commercial.
Yeah,
the
that's Highlander for you. There is
Japanese Scottish people.
Well, is that Ninja though or not?
I don't know.
That's not Ninja.
Not Ninja. Okay.
I want to call that.
How about
Ninja.
Tom Cruise? Wait,
Tom
was it
Cruise?
Tom Cruise's The Last Samurai? Oh, it's
Last Samurai.
That's not a ninja.
Yeah, that's not.
And that
90s,
might be
though.
2000s. Yeah, that might be 2000s there. Anybody else? Anything else that you think that like? What do you think is one of the more forgotten ones? Is there anything that you? I know it's gonna be one that's just like in 20 minutes we're gonna be like, oh fuck this ninja. Anything off the top of your head that you think that we're?
I mean, obviously, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they're definitely up there, live action and the original cartoon version, like both individually.
Yeah.
And
When did Afro Samurai come out?
Oh, that's 2000s, I believe.
That's
Yeah.
2000s.
What about Samurai Jack?
I think that was
That
around the
was
same
2006.
time. Though. That was similar time.
Kyle's about to expire.
I am.
Kyle Mocha's finally
wrong-
shut up.
wrong
He's
pipe.
dead.
I died. All right, so next suggestion for discussion from our former one-time guest, because we're never gonna have him back. No, we'll probably have him back. Memories, Joey Hendrick. Memories.
Yeah.
He always finds a new way to say it.
Love him.
Right.
And he said memories, and I said all alone in the moonlight. And he said whenever, wherever. And then Omar, Mr. Omar,
Yeah.
the Peanut Gallery himself, said the destruction of the Wilmington, South Carolina brewery. Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you. And then he said, like a minute later, some context, : a friend who works at an associated restaurant down there said that they were going to take shelter in the brewery, but didn't, which was good because the roof of the brewery took sewer damage, or severe damage. Maybe sewer damage, too.
Probably.
Short
both.
supply of potent potables is expected.
Omar fucking
What?
types like he talks too much.
He really, really, honestly, truly does. But at least this way I can just read it clearly, and
Yeah.
everybody can hear. Everybody
I don't
can
know
hear.
what that. Wait, what happened?
He wants us to talk about the destruction of a brewery that none of us have ever heard of.
But what, like,
What was the context?
yeah, like,
That was
was
him.
it involved in the hurricane? Like, is that
Yeah,
why
I
it's-
guess.
Yeah, it was destroying the hurricane.
Yeah.
Friends
So-
of his were going to
I
stay
got
there,
you.
but they
Yeah,
didn't.
they did
'cause
it.
Good thing they didn't.
Okay.
So,
Good thing they
I'm
did
big
it.
I'm
ups
on
to
the
your
same
big
page
ups
now.
to your boys
Good job
for
to
knowing
them.
not to
Yeah.
go
Good
there.
job to
Fuck
them. There we
And
discussed it.
condolences to everyone else. Who's
Yeah,
been
seriously,
affected by
that's
the
terrible.
hurricane.
It does look like everybody in North Carolina and South Carolina have decided to vacation in the Poconos this week, which is
No, I was talking to Charlie, who lives in Raleigh.
yeah.
He's like, nothing happened.
You saw that one car that you sent us the picture of that was like from South Carolina, North Carolina, whatever that one was, and all over the place. Every parking lot has just been like people all like, and on the highway, it's just been a shitload of people from the Carolinas coming up this way.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's you gotta get safe haven. They said they put it in the state of emergency that if you are not leaving, you have to notify like your like next of kin
Yeah.
to basically just be like, I'm staying and it's my decision. Because they're not going to go out there and save you. No sense in wasting somebody's life for some crazy person who's like, no, my split level ranch
my
will
home.
withstand this. I got it. I've got a shed. It's bolted into the dirt.
Yep.
It's not going nowhere. Not going nowhere. And then finally, we kind of already discussed him a little bit. Daniel Ridley Rad, a.k.a. Ben Doolittle, on
This
the
motherfucker has so many names.
YouTube. He's got a lot of fake names. Some of them might even be real names, but most of them are fake. He said Luda. Anything else you got to add to Luda? What's your opinion of Ludacris all around?
I love
I
him.
like him.
You
yeah.
love him?
I love the man. I
Yeah.
wish he would adopt me.
Yeah.
No offense to my current father.
Yeah.
But,
You don't want to offend your current father.
You know, Luda could
'Cause
be.
chances are,
Luda could be my
Luda's not
my
going.
other dad.
Yeah, but
I don't
chances
want
are,
to say stepdad, but
stepdad.
whatever happens, happens.
Oh, that'd be
Hey.
weird. You're really
Selling
into
my
the
mom?
idea of being Ludacris's kid.
Yeah, it would be great. He's a man. I think he's so cool.
Yeah. What's his real name?
I don't know.
Is he Chris?
Uh,
He's like Chris Bridges, is he?
maybe.
Jeff
Something like-
Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
That's another good candidate.
Jeff Bridges.
If I could be adopted by a gay Jeff
Oh, that's a
Bridges
good.
and
That's a good
Ludacris,
question to ask. Yeah. Not even just Chris Bridges. Yeah, Christopher Brian Bridges. Who would if you could get adopted by anybody, you would go just they don't have to be a gay couple together, just like
by anybody?
Any person, like person that could adopt you right now as an adult, and you would just get to have all of their like all of the abilities that their own children would have in using their fame and fortune.
Oh God.
Would it not just be Ludacris?
I mean, Ludacris is a good choice. I'm trying to think this hard.
Jeff Bridges. See, you can go with somebody who's going to be around
I'm
for a while.
trying to think like
right?
Jeff Bezos, because then I could be a super villain as well.
That is true. That's you are grooming yourself for that.
For super villainy.
Yeah. Yes. Super villainy.
Hey.
Jay-Z would be
a good one. Justin, who do you think? Anybody? Anybody you can get adopted. Now here's the thing. You're a grown adult man. All of us are legally. And we can't really get adopted by anybody. So the person could be in an age like that might not technically be able to be your parent.
Oh, Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber?
So I could kill him. So I get close to him and sacrifice him to Satan.
I had my first idea, my first thought was Macaulay Culkin. I was like, yeah, Macaulay Culkin to adopt me. That'd be great. He's got a shitload of money. He just kind of hangs out. You gotta be
close to the same age, so.
Yeah, he's like 2 years older than me. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. So I basically just got adopted by my...
He was getting laid at too, bro.
Yeah, he was. He was.
I'm gonna let you figure out what I meant about that joke.
Yep. We'll let you figure it out. And while you're at it, watch the movie The Rocket Gibraltar with him and look and see who plays his father. And I'll explain that joke to you guys when we're on the break. It's a famous person.
The Cock of Gibraltar. I've seen that.
You've seen that one? You've seen that one? All right.
He says Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. That would be a fun one. Adam Sandler would be good. I also had the idea of Jesus Christ. That would be a good one.
Are you trying to sell your religious bullshit to me right now?
No, I'm just saying.
Do you want to be adopted by
if I could be
Why
adopted,
do you want to be adopted?
He's already your father.
Because then I'd be the grandson of God. I'd be Gog.
Okay.
G-O-G.
Gog.
That would be me. I'd be G-O-G. I'd be the grandson of Gog.
Yo, I'm the G-O-G.
Yeah. Respect me. Yeah,
what do you get from that, dude?
All of I would assume you get all the powers and everything. They're God and Jesus. Maybe. They can gift everything to you.
To what? To make my life miserable?
to just be like Bruce Almighty. I want to basically Bruce Almighty myself by getting Jesus and God to adopt me as gay lovers, like you were saying with the other one. No, they're related.
I think you have a better chance of getting Christ pregnant.
Oh, I don't know. I don't. Do you think Jesus was a lady? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just. He's got all the powers in the world.
That's true. He could do anything. He could do anything.
The second coming of Christ will be a very different person than the first coming.
Yeah,
probably.
They'll be real. Things that we're all glad our mothers don't watch or listen to this show. Alrighty. So, before we go to our second break, I want to make a quick plug. I know we usually do plugs at the end, but butt plug, straight butt plug. I want to shout out to our good friend Nicole Muzzy, who started a podcast. Her brother was on, Mikey Martino. He was on, and she's got a new show called A Podcast You Can't Sweat Out.
Yep.
And you can find them on Facebook and Instagram. A podcast X on Instagram and like Twitter and all that stuff. And yeah, it's the album from Panic at the Disco, right? Oh God! So what the show is, they're basically kind of how we did the idea of picking two bands and doing discographies. They're just picking a band from that era, like that scene era, and just discussing it. But my favorite thing about it is their logo is just the old MySpace logo.
That's great.
It's amazing. Because I don't think MySpace uses it anymore, and I don't think anybody uses MySpace anymore. And if you do, Justin Timberlake's getting a couple of dollars because he owns MySpace, oddly.
Does he?
Yeah, he bought MySpace. A large portion of it.
And he was in the Facebook movie.
I know. I think
what the fuck, Justin Timberlake?
It's a conspiracy. Justin Timberlake invented social media. That's my conspiracy.
Justin Timberlake invented society.
Yeah, he and Bob Dole got together It was a weird age
Bob
gap
Dole
and
don't want to
everything.
talk to the shit.
Not Bob Dole, Al Gore. Al Gore. I'm thinking Al Gore. That guy. Him and Bob Dole got together. Bob Dole explained, "I'm not the guy you want." And then
that's the banana guy.
That's the banana guy for sure. It's the pineapple and banana guy. So we're gonna take. This is gonna be a quick break. This is gonna be a quick break here. It's not a long song. This is right now. I'm basically we were talking about rap battles and stuff, guys.
Yeah.
So I'm throwing it down. I've never rapped before in my life, except for the thong song, which was more of me just talking like this, and I can just do this and that and do this. So besides that theme song that we did way back like 17 episodes ago, I actually rapped. I wrote. I wanted to do this as the theme song, and then Zach was like, "No, I'm writing something epic," and I was like, "Okay, we'll go with the epic thing."
Right.
And I was like, "I wanna start a rap battle." So this is what I'm doing. I'm calling you guys out. You got 4 weeks to respond. You got 4 weeks to the next fucking show that we do to come at me. You can do it together. You can do it separate. I don't care what you do in the privacy of your own home in a rap battle. Yeah, this is weird. I've never you wrote. You wrote the whole song and everything. I just rapped over it. You did a quick beat and everything. I just enjoy the idea of insulting the people who make all of this happen. It's very condescending of me. I think it's it's a good move.
I think you're asking for trouble.
I am. I think this is gonna be great. I cannot wait. I want to unload. I want to get shit on. I want poop on me.
Somebody
I want
shit
verbal
on
poop.
Kyle Moki.
Somebody shit
Will
on
that get
me.
you to shut up?
Maybe. We should start finding out what will get Kyle to shut up. That should be a segment we do.
Oh God!
Which is like, all right.
Can we? We're not filming that in
that
the
will
house.
Be filmed.
No.
That will be filmed. No shitting. No. That'll be the last episode. So we got to do that in like 10 years because we know that that's what's gonna happen. So we'll just push that off. Yeah, we're doing this for 10 years, motherfuckers.
Oh, okay.
All right, and to start off the next 99,000 seasons that we're gonna do in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Man, I guess it really only be like 20 seasons. Here's my diss track. I'm dropping it. I don't have a name for it. Buckshot. It's called Buckshot. Now. Buckshot. There you go. All right. Boom.
Yo, your first initial are about as close as you two get to rap greatness. Yeah, Big Pat ain't here for you now. JNC ain't got nothing on me every day. I smoke 2 J's before I hit the Z's. My rap game is fresher than I picked it this morning. YouTube been round, yeah, you tried true and boring. It's brunch time here from 10 to noon, and I got your cure coming straight from a noob. Justin just mumbles, plays games and beats. Yeah, Zach, you're talented, I get out my seat. My lawn tendon, I only 10 bars. Now I'll zone out while you girls go talk about cars. House, boat, Kyle, Moke. Words you wrote, they came out your throat. Yeah, you play and record all the notes, but without my voice, it's just a punchless joke. Game is getting played, I'ma set a high score. Show me another of those FPS snore. Months you got logs working out those fingers. You're the backbone here, but I'm the one winner. Show you a boys a flow type massacre. When it comes to baiting, you're the true two masters. Dotting my eyes and working your tools. You keep it the gates, but now you're messing with Zool. Animal style, I'm in and out this game. Stepping on trends on my long climb to fame. I jam this space, but I'm here for the clout. Bill Murray status, as my knees, I'm out.
Tough. God damn.
Oh God, I make myself laugh in the worst ways. So
that was good, man.
For never rapping before, I'm kind of proud of it. I'm slightly proud of it. I'm more proud of just in the last line there, because I can't necessarily tell what I'm saying all the time. I jammed this space. I'm here for the clout. Bill Murray status. Ice my knees. I'm out. Which is a wonderful, wonderful nerdy reference to the scene in Space Jam.
I tell you what, Kyle, you have bars.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, I thought about them for a while. I can't freestyle or anything like that, but I was like, I could work on this, and then, oh my God, Pat's gonna come at me because I threw his line in there too. Oh, it was good. It was fun. So yeah, you guys got 4 weeks. You got 4 weeks to come back.
Mine is called Cum Shot.
Cum Shot. Yes. Are we gonna use the same beat? Or are we just gonna use everything?
Use the same beat. Unless you don't want to.
No, I think that's fair.
I got 4 weeks. I could really
You could write a fucking epic rap masterpiece and tweak every little inch of that thing so it's perfect, and I would just lose. I'm already going to lose. I know this because you guys live here and you can just take your time on it.
We also make rap music.
You also make rap music.
Lots of rap music.
Yeah, so that's the big advantage there. My little shout out to Brunch in the middle.
No ghostwriters. You know, I'm gonna write my own shit.
Yeah, that's what I literally it all came up with me realizing your initials were J. Your first initials are both J and then Z. And then I was like, oh, Jay-Z, and I just thought like that's about as close as you're gonna get to rap fame. And then I came up with the line, I smoked 2 J's before I hit the Z's. And it just, from there, I was like, I want to do this. And you were like, no, doing something way better. But yeah, so there you go. We're going to do that. That's going to be, when we return, that'll be part 2 of Battle Royale with Cheese. That's the name of this episode. So, for the last segment here, what I want to do is kind of predictions over the next month. A lot of shit happens in the world in a month, right? So what I want to do is just get your predictions, all of our predictions pretty much, and we'll jot them down in here for what is certain things might happen over the next month, okay? And I really just have 3 things that I want to get your side of, okay? First one.
All right.
Who do you think, if you had to put your guess in, who will be the celebrity that is dead by the time we come back on October 23rd? Who do you think will be the biggest celebrity death?
Fuck, man.
I think Betty White is the number 1 on almost everybody's death pool list ever, like anywhere.
I mean, we're trying to figure out the top, like the top
who do you
celebrity?
think? Give me a couple celebrities. It could be like random, like it could be just somebody that you think, Mac Miller was, the last month,
Right,
like that's a random one.
That's a very
random one. And you don't want to necessarily say anything that's going to jinx anybody that you like. So I think I'm keeping this with people that I'm just like don't care about. So I won't feel as guilty in a karmatic way when I somehow cause the death of a person.
I don't know. The only thing that came into my head was DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio. That'd be a weird one.
I hope not.
That would suck so bad.
But I don't.
That would be like a Heath Ledger level. Like holy shit.
Yeah.
Way bigger at this point. his career is almost 30 years long.
Yeah.
But that would be absurd. All right, cool. Who do you think? Anybody pop out?
The Skarsgård father.
Ooh, Stellan.
Don't know why. Just thinking.
He looks sickly in everything he does. He's possessed by Zool or whoever.
Right.
The Rock. He's possessed by that magic rock in the one.
I hope the Rock doesn't die.
Oh no, the Rock would be a terrible person.
The Rock. I don't think you can kill the Rock.
I don't.
He's too tough.
Yeah.
No, you can with paper. You can take him out with paper. Okay, that's where I'm placing my bet. The Rock is going to get crushed by a stack of paper. That's my bet. The Rock is getting crushed by a pallet of paper. Keith.
Says Richard
Gere. Ooh, that is a good. That is good. My initial one, somebody that I love, but it'd be like if they died, I'd be like kind of like, okay, their career's been great. Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
So that's what I got there.
I think he's just stuck doing Sandler movies at this point.
Yeah, he does. He does weird indie stuff. I think he's written and directed movies like in the past. I don't know how recently. Yeah. But he's had a wonderful career. He had Reservoir Dogs, Ghost World, Armageddon. It's really all you need. All you need. He could have kicked the bucket in like 99. He would have had a wonderful storied career. I hope he doesn't though. Really sorry if you die. Next thing, who do you think is going to be the next person to get Me Too'd? A person that's going to come out some crazy sexual allegations against them. It is just the culture in like Hollywood. And last night on the Emmys, they made Michael Che and Colin Jost, the guys who host Weekend Update, did a couple of really good, just jabs right at the beginning. Saying they're like,
I will say the "We Fixed It" thing is really.
The "We
funny.
Fixed It" was really. They did a bit where it was like a music musical number where it starts off with Kenan Thompson and Kate McKinnon, and they do a song and dance style routine about how they fix diversity, because the most diverse amount of people or diverse group of people were nominated for Emmys this year. So there's we fixed it. They just do a whole song and dance, and then slowly people join, and then he gets a call, and he's like, "What? Oh, so we did it? Oh, okay, yeah. Putting the cart before the horse. Yeah, spiking the ball at the 50-yard line. Got it. Okay. Thank you very much." And then we didn't fix it. Then who else? Ricky Martin comes out. John Legend comes out. Andy Samberg comes down from a moon, sitting on a crescent moon, comes down, and he's like, "What about me? What about a straight white guy like me?" And they're just, Kate McKinnon's like, "Was that scary? That looked really scary." He's like, "It was really scary. Literally, worst thoughts ever. Oh yeah, really gonna die here, coming down on live TV in front of all these people. Ha 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 ha." And then he's like, "All right," and they just sit there for a second. They're like, "Yeah, but you can't be here." He's like, "Yeah, I figured. All right, cool." And just walks off stage. And it was it was great. Yeah. But it's something, and I think it sucks when it's somebody that it comes out that it's true allegations against somebody that you're like, "Oh fuck," I like that person. Last year in 1 week, Jesse Lacey, the lead singer of Brand New, Louis C.K., and Kevin Spacey all got outed as these sex criminals in whatever way that you want to call them, sex criminals. And I was like, God damn it, those are literally the three people in the art forms that I like the most, that I always would go I will watch anything or listen to anything you do.
Okay, my prediction is Kyle Mocha.
Kyle Mocha? I'm gonna get Me Too
by next month.
Are you gonna try to get Me Too? Are you gonna push for this? Or are you gonna just let it happen naturally?
Just act natural.
Act natural. All right. Natural. Justin, who do you think? Is it me? Do you think? Are you doubling down on this?
No, I don't know.
I'm not important enough.
That's my rebuttal rap. I'm gonna be.
You're gonna Me Too me.
Me Tooing you.
It's gonna. I think if anything, there's gonna be one more big celebrity.
Yeah.
And then it's just gonna backfire.
Okay. Do you have any specific guesses at anybody that it might be?
Adam Sandler. He could get it.
Steve Buscemi. He's gonna get Me Too'd and then died.
Oh
by
my God,
October 23rd.
Terrible, dude.
And that's gonna be the whole thing where everyone's just gonna be like, but his career was amazing, and up until we found out this, what do we do? He was so beloved, except for his teeth.
Steve, if you're listening.
If you're listening, we love you. I love you.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. We've already named the house. Yeah, don't have already raped somebody and now be
God,
getting
what
caught
about if it happens to Tommy Lee
Oh
Jones?
my God.
We gotta change the name
Tommy,
of the channel.
No, we don't. We're getting huge if that happens. We are keeping the name, and we will just go listen to this episode where we called it. We're also soothsayers, apparently, and we would like to take your money for your fortune.
Yeah.
Soothsayers. They say soothes.
My mom just was a soothsayer when I had a cold as a child.
Yeah?
Yeah, she soothed me.
She soothed you by saying things?
She said, it'll be all right.
All right.
It'll be all right.
Okay.
She said just like my mom.
I'm going to go. You're going to be all right, son.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. I wasn't really 100% sure, but I was thinking more of a younger person was going to be my guess. Somebody, honestly, I was thinking a Leonardo DiCaprio. So I don't want to again double down on a person. But I'll say Matthew McConaughey. He's been on a rise for a while. It feels like a natural hit. And he's got that big movie coming out with the white boy Ricky, or white boy, what was it?
Rick.
White boy Rick.
Yeah.
Looks fucking. Yeah, he's the dad in that.
Oh.
Yeah. It's he's the catalyst for his son getting involved. He's like a gun salesman, an unregistered gun salesman.
Yeah. Gotta keep one of those around.
Yeah. All right. So next thing. Craziest thing that the president of the United States will say or do. Actually say or do. Not be accused of saying or doing, but actually say or do. And I bring to light the wonderful things that he's done in the past, sit in a big Mack truck and pull the horn when he could just pull the horn. That's just a weird, crazy thing he does. Not necessarily anything political, but saying things, drastic, remarks about a certain person. Do you think there's going to be? What do you think would be the biggest, weirdest thing that he's going to do or say in the next, or a true thing that just comes out about him in the next month?
I don't fucking know, man.
We can't say he's going to get Me Too'd because he is Me Too.
Yeah. That whole.
Well, he is Me Too'd.
I don't know. I think maybe something just really personal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, just finances or some shit.
Like
maybe.
tax returns or something like that finally come out.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's more likely that his son.
Yeah.
What's the one? There's
Eric
so many.
or Don Jr.
Don Jr.
Yeah.
Really just says something terrible about the Chinese.
Yeah.
I
Maybe.
think more so
Really
than the
hard.
president. Don Jr. is gonna really slip
And
up
then
on some anti-Asian slur because of our trade war with China.
Yeah.
And then Trump is gonna try defending.
I was gonna
that
say, what do you think
and
he does?
come
do you
off
think
as more of a
a douche?
racist towards Asians.
Yeah.
And just fucking.
I think it's something with China.
Escalates
It's
the
gotta
I think it's
be
gonna be something along the lines of
Yeah.
China. All right.
China.
I think.
I mean, he's already said enough horrible things.
I
Yes.
think this is a simple one, but this is what kind of gave me the thought. Watching him talk, you can see like where he goes to like he'll say something and then kind of like stop in the middle of a thought and then start saying another thing and then kind of go back to the first thought and then just zigzags, back and forth and tries to lose people. I think he's gonna slip up and just say fuck, like just straight up.
Maybe.
And I think it's gonna be I think he's just gonna drop like a great hard swear word live on TV and then just kind of get defended, and then now that's just going to be a norm that it's going to be, the president did it, and now everyone's going to be like, all right, TV shows, we can all just start saying fuck now because the president did it.
I'm alright with that.
Yeah, it'd be a progressive
I'm alright
thing
to be
happen.
watching fucking football and go like, what
Exactly.
a fucking play!
I mean,
I've always
all right,
wanted to watch sports where they can be like, holy fucking shit, did you see that pitch?
I feel like every major network is trying to get off of cable plans.
Mm-hmm.
So that they can just charge people, because at that point you can do whatever you want. If it's specifically that you have to go to their service, you can choose to have
Netflix
whatever.
at that point.
Yeah, you can have
your kids stuff and
whatever
you can have your
CBS,
X-rated.
when they did the Star Trek Discovery is only on CBS's app.
Yeah,
They say fuck in that show.
yeah, because
and
they can.
Big old Klingon titties.
Oh,
They
Weirdest
can
thing-
because you're paying
Trek
for that
count
service.
one, but weird big old titties.
Now back to kind of to what Zach's prediction of one of the sons saying something.
Right.
I don't want to read this, but you should read this here, Zach. Ben's last comment there. Did you see it?
Eric Trump goes to floods and gets a drink from the 80s that has a terrible... When you use it in this contest, it's racist.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you've already talked about Chinese people.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you've already set the tone. Nice try, Ben. Nice try. But apparently he's
I'm
not
just saying.
going to say that
Yeah.
word. You know what band I always kind of hated, but I liked a couple songs of?
Zebrahead?
Zebrahead.
I love
They're always
that band,
the
dude.
Playmate of the Year.
Yeah.
Woo,
The
she's finally
album
here.
before that is
Playmate
incredible.
of the
Dude.
Year. The line in that song that I was just walking around and I just was oblivious to exactly what they were saying when I first heard it was like, I'm gonna make this milky clear. And I just remember walking around the house and I think my dad or my mom just looked at me just kind of like, what are you singing? And I was like, oh, yeah, sorry. This whole song is about jerking off to a magazine. I don't know why I didn't get that yet. But that's a good thing for
How
me
old
to
were
just
you
be
at this
singing
point?
around.
27?
I was like 32. Just go to my parents' house, listen to Zebrahead every once in a while. Just walk around dusting things.
Getting dusted?
Yeah, getting dusted. Getting things dusted. All right. Alrighty. Now, we've got some plans, some things that are in motion coming up. The YouTube channel is officially the Houseboat Tommy, or just Houseboat Tommy Lee Jones.
Yep.
We, again, really hope he doesn't get Me Too'd. But if he died, that would be equally unfortunate, yet not as unfortunate, but it would probably be good for us. I'm a terrible human being. I know this. People listening at home, I get it. I know. You don't have to judge me.
Still enjoy their work.
I already judged myself. Oh God, I enjoy the work. I can separate art from art from artists. I can watch anything or enjoy anything from anybody that's done anything fucking terrible, because most people back through history that were artists in any way were fucking awful people. We just don't have the
Did you see
knowledge of that.
the trailer for the Van Gogh movie?
Which whoa, who's doing Van Gogh?
Willem Dafoe is Van Gogh in the
Dafoe
end
is
years
Van
of
Gogh?
his life.
Wow.
And then it's all filmed on location in places where he actually lived.
Really?
Not Dafoe.
That
Gogh.
is where
Only
Dafoe. It's a movie about Vincent Van Gogh. It's filmed everywhere that Willem Dafoe has lived in his life. All right, who stars in it? Tony Danza.
No, it looks very dark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the part of his life where he cuts his ear off and like.
But is that true? He actually cut his ear off.
Yeah.
Okay, I never knew if that was. I've heard so many mixed things on that.
He was a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, he didn't cut his wiener off. That was just a Family Guy joke, I believe, right? Yeah,
I think so.
I don't believe he cut his cock
yeah,
off.
because that was a Family Guy bit where they.
That was Caitlyn Jenner.
He hands. Ooh, no.
Just kidding. He didn't cut his dick off.
He didn't.
She still has her dick.
Yes.
That's legally the PC way to say that sentence.
Yeah, you're right.
She still has her penis.
There you go, penis. I was gonna say dick probably isn't the PC way of saying it.
Yeah, Dickard Gear.
Dickard Gear? Dickard Gear.
It's all fucking Dickard now.
R.I.P. Oh, Jesus.
Ben asked, does she?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain. Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. I
I don't know. You can watch the documentary on South Park.
You can go get Me Too and find out.
That was probably one of my favorite things that's happened on a South Park episode, or like
her driving
over everybody, because the that was my biggest thing with I don't give a shit, do whatever you're doing with who you want to be and live your life. I honestly hope you are happy, but you killed a person and then did that, and did that, whether it was the same time or whatever. And it's just because you're a brave person and you're going through this transition in public doesn't take away that you murdered somebody, you know?
Do you think the lawyer
if OJ transitioned right now, would everybody be okay with him? Probably not.
Do you think the lawyer went to him and was like, all right, so the only way
you can do this? Conspiracy corner. Conspiracy.
The only thing is you have to become a woman and
yeah.
What award did
it was an ESPY?
Yeah.
An ESPY, I believe.
Didn't she have to give up her fucking I almost said X Games fucking Olympic medals?
Did they take? Wait, what did you ask?
Didn't they take her Olympic medals?
I don't know.
Think so.
She said that she was always a woman, so therefore she can't have an Olympic medal in a men's sport. They're
I
she
never
might
heard
still
that.
have them, but they're nullified. You know what I mean?
God,
it doesn't mean the same thing.
I don't know.
Anymore.
All I know is I'm really glad that people come to us for their news because we're very up to date and topical on these things.
Yeah,
we're also very informed. We're always very well researched on everything we talk about.
You're right.
What about? Can I have Wheaties that are called Weenies?
Weenies.
And it has a picture of Caitlyn Jenner.
I mean, you can make that all you want. Yeah.
Merry Christmas. That's what I'm making.
Oh, that's a weird Christmas present. I thought you were gonna write an album. Now you're gonna just make weenies. You're gonna make weenies. All right. So we're also a big change that's gonna be happening with this show is we're getting rid of Justin.
Later, guys.
But
Justin's being me too.
Justin's being me too, and then replaced by Brad Garrett as Eeyore, which was a wonderful performance. I gotta say, great performance. But we're gonna be writing a new theme song.
Yep.
That's gonna be the set theme song, and then we're gonna be just writing a different song every week now.
Yep.
So now it doesn't have to be just a bunch of ways for me to say I'm not shutting up. Now we can actually just write meaningful music almost.
Meaningful melodies.
Yeah. So I think if you are listening live right now, or if you're listening at home and you have ideas, having listened to the show and heard our theme songs and the variety and everything that we like, if you're interested, suggest something to us of a genre. Maybe there's one that we already did that you're like, hey, just write a better song in that vein.
Right.
I think we got to revisit bluegrass a little bit. I think that's something that I really enjoyed. The disco one was fucking amazingly fun. I thought at one point of doing ranking the songs that we did in order, and everything.
And that's how the track listing goes for the CD.
But it was.
I'd like to have it in order.
I would have it in order release. I was just going to do it for just like my personal and see like what we all thought. But that seemed like a lot of work, and this is a celebratory 21st episode season finale. I didn't really want to do too much work for it, if you can tell. But we're going to be doing work on the break for that. And
we
some point in the next
a diss track.
You guys have a diss track to write. And
are we each writing a diss track? Or are we writing a joint?
You can do it together. You can do it individually. Yeah, I think it's I called you out together. You respond together. Yeah, you can do it as...
we're a hip-hop duo.
You're a hip-hop duo. Yeah, I'm calling out Brunch. That's what I called out Brunch.
Well, then I get Pat and Remy involved.
No,
Yeah, I also talk shit on the Cure Cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talk shit on Big Pat, too, so...
Yeah.
Technically, I could get both them motherfuckers on
damn it, I opened... no, bring it. I'm not going to respond well after that. I'm just going to be like, shit, okay, that was fucking good. Sorry I tried to hang in your hood, but that's all I got, and that's all I have. I'm leaving now. Sorry. Zach, Justin, Pat, and Remy. Bye. That's it. That's all I got. Sorry. And then I just leave and with my tail between my legs and wander off into traffic or something. I don't know how I would finish that. We could film it, though. Just in case something crazy happens when I wander off into traffic with my tail between my legs.
You have a tail?
Okay.
I have a tail. It runs in the family. Our sister Cassie has a tail. Just ask Keith about it. All right.
All right.
Let's move on from that. I don't...
No. So we used to play... You ever play the game Categories? The game with like the die and you roll the...
on cards?
Yes.
And you have to determine what I ate?
Yes. Oh, I played that game. I thought that was Shittergories. But you roll like the big die that's got all the letters of the alphabet on it, and then you have a card that has like a state capital or like a big city. Things with the letter S. Yeah. So things with the letter S. And it was things with a tail. Things with a tail, and it was the letter S. And both of us. What do you think immediately? Things with a tail beginning with the letter S. Squirrel. Yeah. Now, if you write down squirrel and then Justin writes down squirrel, you guys cancel each other out. You don't get a point. But if you can write one down that nobody else, so if you went, okay, like a salamander has a tail, like you and no one else that thinks salamander, you're good, right? So Keith and I both are giggling our fucking asses off, and I'm probably like, I don't know, like I'm like 19, 20, he's like 14, 15 years old, and Cassie's like, that makes her like, I don't know, 11, like something. And maybe they're a little bit older than that, but me and Keith they're going around, like, all right, somebody goes squirrel, oh, I had squirrel too. Somebody else is like salamander, oh, okay, somebody else said something. Somebody goes, I don't know what I had, I couldn't come up with anything. And then it comes to me, and I just went, I wrote Cassie. And Keith just goes, God damn it, I wrote Cassie. And just both of us, for no reason whatsoever, both wrote Cassie down, and it's great. So Cassie has a tail.
Was this before Kevin had a tail?
This is before Kevin wore a tail.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Kevin still, he wears them now more on the sides, like in that decorative way. And we were at the Renaissance Fair this weekend, and everybody wears tails. I bought Madeline two. They're like bunny tails, but they're basically
bought her a tail?
Yeah, not for her bag. Like they're like it's just like a ball of bunny fur basically, which is really fucking soft and weird colors and everything. So she's got that, and that's cool. But Kevin just wears it more on his side right now. I think driving is probably a little bit more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There was the talk of him just sticking it through the seat so it poked out
underneath.
Seems
like a lot of work.
Yeah, I know, but I just thought it'd be funny for the people getting
the
in
memes.
would just be like, what the hell? The memes. There'd be a lot of memes. All right. Well, hey guys, we're gonna wrap up season 1 here of Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up by again saying thank you to everybody that's listened. Thank you for sharing it with your friends. If you are a musical artist and you would like to submit music to us to be used in an upcoming episode, I will be reaching out to a lot of people over the next month. But reach out to us. You can find us on Facebook. It's Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up. On YouTube, it is Houseboat Tommy Lee Jones, and Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up is under there. We also have Gamer Not Gamer that we've started, and me and Justin will be releasing videos kind of over the next couple of weeks while we're on break, so there'll be new content coming from the channel. You can find us on Instagram by going to, I believe it's km.won'tshutup or Kyle Mocha won't shut up. Same thing on like Twitter, which I don't use. But you can find us on there, and then you just follow us, and then be just wasting a second of your life hitting follow. And also check out from moot.tv, our producer, Eric Chakosky's wonderful organization. You have Let Me Ask You a Question featuring Eric Gregomand and Anthony DeAngelis. They just celebrated, I think they're like episode like 95, something like that. They're approaching episode 100. They just had our good friend Sean Araujo on, and Sean Araujo is the host, one of the hosts of Not Movies, and he also has a new podcast, I believe it's called Sean and Dave Make Music. I've not gotten to check that one out. I just heard about it when I listened to the new Let Me Ask You a Question yesterday. So get on that, check those guys out. Anything that you guys want to plug, anything going on with brunch, anything that you want to get out there in the ether?
Not right now. Hopefully when we come back,
shows, anything like that.
Hopefully when we come back, we'll have information on.
Hell yeah, sweet,
sweet,
awesome. The album is available on YouTube. The album
is available
YouTube,
on
Spotify, iTunes.
Tidal.
You could come over with a blank CD and on burn it.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Looking into physical copies, like actual CDs, so they'll hopefully be available soon.
Yeah, so keep your eye out on that. It'll be, I mean, it's fucking awesome. Honestly, I keep listening to it. We didn't bring this up last week. You were looking at on Spotify. Let me check this out, because this is really cool. I am waiting. I can't wait to get the numbers, because I nerd out about things like that.
I can't wait to get a check.
I can't wait to get the check for Spotify. Spotify is what you're saying? Oh, yeah. So I can't wait to see the numbers for us on iTunes over the last month when we get those. I think we get them at the end of the month. That'll be really sweet. But this is freaking ridiculous.
Yeah,
what do we got?
Prosper's at 12,831 listens.
12,831 listens. That is
just getting started at 6,797.
Damn.
Wow.
And then Carpe Diem's at 1,128. Way You Move.
I would have put money on Way You Move being the one that was up
me
there.
Too, man.
Like that's what I figured would be that. Honestly, I thought Stripes too. Stripes, that's weird to me that's not a little bit higher up. But fuck yeah, guys, that's ridiculous. You have more listens than
that other band. We've taken over
than all of them. Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, when are we gonna get our picture up there though? Not there.
I don't know. Faces. I think you should screen cap that, and because you don't want to lose the counter, you don't want to lose everything that you already have there. Just use their faces now as part of your logo for like an album.
Great idea, dude.
Yeah, just steal their faces. You edit it 30%. It's no longer their face.
Yeah.
It's no longer their image.
Yeah.
You get away with it.
True.
All right. Well, one thing that is not going to be changing next season is the wonderful closing theme song that we have.
I really like this song, man. I'm glad.
Zach says it every week. It's the greatest song ever written by you or me, at least by us combined.
Yeah.
All of us combined. I think it's
a great song.
It's
I love
fun.
this song, dude.
And
well, I think this too is like we didn't write a genre for this.
No, this one we just wrote.
This is
we just wrote
in the style of brunch.
Yeah.
Because we just wrote a song.
Well, this was
the way
episode
that
2.
I write songs.
We wrote this was the opening theme song.
Because
episode 1 was Richard's little short, like 10-second ditty on the ukulele, and then we did this as a theme song for episode 2, and then after that we were just like, fuck, this is really good. Let's just use it as the closing.
Right.
And I thought at that point that we were going to wind up just like doing that every episode. Be like, oh, this was really good. Let's use it as a closer and just like rotating them. But this one just has stayed. Yeah, this one is phenomenal. So thank you again to everybody. Thank you to Justin Olimpedo and Zachary.
I'm glad we made it 21 weeks, man.
Appendicitis storming. Zachary grown appendicitis storming.
I will say, not to cut you off, I am excited with changing it to a regular theme song. Then we can just write songs in the style that we're going.
Just write music.
Yeah.
It'll be fucking fun. So stay alert for all that. We'll be getting at you with Gamer Not Gamer and with just pictures and dumb stuff and music.
I should have a couple episodes up, Gamer Not Gamer from I think I'm gonna post the 3 episodes by tomorrow night.
Oh, hell yeah. So keep an eye out for that coming out soon. So here's our closing theme song. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back in a month.
Yep.
Enjoy not hearing me.
Thank you.
For now, I'll shut up a little bit, but not really, because we're gonna sing along.
He's gonna talk my ear off.
Are we gonna
sing along?
Right?
Yeah, we're singing along. It's the last.
We're gonna sing along.
We're gonna sing along. Justin, you're
All
singing.
right, well, fuck off.
You're singing with us.
I did sing last time.
You did.
I
Move.tv.
did.
What?
Fuck
Yeah. There's nothing more egomaniacal than singing the theme music for your own show. Who am I? Kelsey Grammer. If I could only drink like him, we're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be weak. We're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be total experimental pieces of shit, Oh, we're not over, yeah. Now we are. Thank you guys. We'll see you later.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.